No one on that drill ground knew the wind was about to change until a slap cracked the morning air, and every head turned. And in that split second, the line between discipline and cruelty shattered. On a bright, sun-washed training field at Fort Pine Ridge, the kind of place where dust shimmered like gold flecks in the air, Private Naomi Turner stood in formation, steady, focused, and carrying the quiet pride of a woman who had fought twice as hard to be respected. She didn't see the trouble coming. Not until Sergeant Max Dalton, towering and red-faced with a bitterness he never bothered to hide, marched straight toward her and stopped so close she could smell the stale coffee on his breath. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Dalton's voice hit first, sharp, taunting, loud enough for the entire platoon to hear. He mocked her posture, her uniform, her presence, and then, with the kind of rage that didn't belong on any military ground, he slapped her across the face. The sound rippled through the field, echoing off the barracks like a warning shot. Naomi didn't flinch. Not because she wasn't shaken, she felt her knees tremble, but because she refused to give him the satisfaction of seeing her break. Around her, the soldiers stiffened. A few whispered. A few glanced at each other, unsure whether to intervene or stay silent. The air thickened with moral tension. Every man and woman on that ground knew the difference between correction and cruelty. This was something far uglier. Naomi tasted dust and humiliation, and for a heartbeat, she wondered if she'd ever outrun men like Dalton. She thought she'd never see him answer for this. She was wrong, because on that warm, glaring morning, a convoy approached, a row of gleaming vehicles rolling across the field like a silent storm. The murmurs grew. Even Dalton stepped back, confused. Naomi steadied her breath, feeling the shift in the air, the way even the sunlight seemed to brace itself. General Elias Ward, known for his fairness, his iron calm, and the way his presence filled a room before he even spoke, stepped out. He was supposed to be miles away inspecting another unit. No one knew he was arriving early. No one expected him to walk straight toward the commotion. The soldiers parted instinctively, a wave opening in perfect formation. Naomi felt her heartbeat thundering in her ears, the sting on her cheek now burning with both pain and shame. Dalton tried to stand tall, but his hands betrayed him. They shook, just barely, but enough for everyone to notice. Ward stopped in front of Naomi first. His eyes softened, then he turned to Dalton. "What did you just do?"
Dalton stuttered.
Lied. Rewrote the moment, twisting it into some fabricated tale of discipline. But the platoon didn't stay silent. One by one, voices rose, not loud, not dramatic, just steady, honest. A ripple of truth that grew until it became impossible to ignore. The general's jaw tightened. He stepped closer to Dalton, the sunlight catching the silver in his hair. "A soldier who cannot control his hate has no place wearing our uniform." The crowd held its breath. And then, clear, firm, final, General Ward fired him on the spot. Dalton's face collapsed in disbelief as the soldiers around him watched justice fall clean and swift. Naomi felt something loosen in her chest, something she'd carried for years, the weight of being unseen, unheard, underestimated. Ward turned back to her, offering a nod that wasn't just respect. It was recognition. "You stood your ground," he said quietly. "You didn't deserve any of this." The platoon subtly shifted, forming a protective arc around her. In the bright daylight, under the vast open sky, Naomi felt something unfamiliar yet deeply comforting: belonging. Because courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it stands still and refuses to bend. And sometimes, justice arrives early, walking across a drill ground exactly when it's needed most. Because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits and it finds its way back. And on that bright morning, it walked toward her in a general's stride. If this story moved you, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories told with heart and humanity.